perhaps to not get into floodwaters. It's the creatures. This is a water moccasin we saw just a few minutes ago, and actually if we can bring the camera back live, we actually have another moccasin that's fairly close, which is why I am facing the water and not putting my back to the water, because there's the moccasin right there moving across. This is one of many snakes that we've seen already, and this is just, if you need a reason not to get into floodwater, I'm going to cross over here because moccasins are territorial. They're aggressive. We don't want to be anywhere close. Give them a very wide berth, right? This is the problem here in southeastern Texas as we watch that moccasin disappear under the water again. My team is watching very close behind me and will warn me if they get any closer. But you have creatures. You have a lot of animals that have been displaced. There's gators in this water. This is a bayou. This is the Lucius Bayou that's right behind me. And not only do you have creatures that have been displaced because of all of the flooding that we've seen over the past couple of days, but you also have a lot of people, unfortunately, that have been displaced. They've had to evacuate their homes. They've had to either mandatory or voluntary evacuations. You have people that decided not to leave. You're looking at some of the drone video that Austin Anderson, photographer here, took earlier. Up above, you can see just how far the scope of the flooding is. This is just around the Lake Houston area, so we're looking at some of the where the West Fork of the San Jacinto River comes together, the East Fork of the San Jacinto River, which, by the way, the East Fork is the area that has the mandatory evacuations. Those coming together into Lake Houston. We have the water releases from Lake Conroe. A lot of the waterways and the watersheds are connected around here. And the reason being is that they're all flowing into the Gulf. They have to have somewhere to go, and it's a gentle slope all the way down. And that's why a lot of the water that you're seeing here right now is not really moving unless you see a water moccasin or a gator. So Paul, Annette, can't stress it enough. Do not get in those floodwaters. That is not a creature that you want to meet trying to walk out into your house or your car.
We need you to go in the water and catch the snake to positively identify it, Molly. You know, some people call this hazing, but we need proof that's a water moccasin. You know, we had snakes here that we dealt
Paul,
with, so, you know, this is...
I've caught a lot of snakes in my life. I would never touch a moccasin. Never.
But are we sure it's a moccasin? Are we sure?
We are very sure. In fact, it was a baby water moccasin. We actually have a detective here, Detective Williams. He was telling us that the baby moccasins are actually more dangerous than the adult ones because when they bite you, they don't know how to control their venom.
Yeah. Again, like you said, more reason to stay out of floodwaters. And yeah, that's one thing we won't see here is our people in the water. That's